Hey everyone, my name is Nikki. We are here with Chelsea today. We are going to do a 15-minute beginner video. So we're going to walk through some sun salutations. We're going to walk through some dancing warriors. Make sure that you know all the cues to get yourself into it properly. And we're going to start standing top of the mat. So let's get right into it. So have you start top of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Bring your hands to your heart space and just close your eyes down. So the first couple moments here, I just want you to drop into your body, drop into your breath. So as you start to fill the body up with that new energy, new air in, right? Exhale, releasing anything that's not serving you. Your jaw is soft, the breath is easy. Right? The eyes are closed just at the beginning to let go of the visual distractions. And you start to find that cadence of breath. We're going to use the breath as we flow for the next few moments together. Finding that deep inhale and then matching the length as you exhale. So maybe a 3 count, maybe a 4 count. Just take one more cycle. Good, and then flutter your eyes open. So I'm going to talk you through the first Sun Salutation A, and then we're going to flow through the second and third round. So I want you to stay strong in the legs. I want so much strength pulling up into the quads that you feel your kneecaps lift. Right, that's going to engage the front of the leg so that when we forward fold, the back of the leg releases into that hamstring. So here we go. Talk you through the first one. On the inhale, reach for all that space around you. And then exhale, hinging right at the hips, forward fold. So we're going to inhale halfway, bring your fingertips to your shin bones. Good. So on this one, I want you to think about shoulder blades drawing down the back as you're reaching the crown of the head forward. So lengthening up through the spine. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bow, breath out. Just 2 more times like that. Inhale, breath in. And exhale, breath out. Just linking breath. Inhale, lengthen 1 more time. And exhale, bow in. So this time we're going to inhale, lengthen. And we're going to prep here for plank pose, just stepping back 1 foot at a time. Plank pose. So in plank, I want you to fire your belly up. Right? I want you to fire your legs up so much and reach back through your heels. Your legs are strong, use them, right? So the first chaturanga we're going to take is from our knees. So I want you to bring your knees down to the mat. She's going to draw her shoulder blades down her back so that her heart space shines forward, belly space draws in, and just a little bend right at the elbows, chaturanga. And then push straight back up to straight arms. 1 more time, belly in, chaturanga. Good, come back up, curl those toes, and let's set our first downward facing dog. So first downward facing dog. There's a lot to learn in downward facing dog. Your pose will change over time. But I want you on this first one to just bring your feet about hip distance apart. Good. And then if you look up at your hands, they're shoulder distance apart. So lots of cueing, lots of things to remember in down dog. But for this first one, I just want you to breathe. You're looking to find like a ski slope here, like a flat back all the way up. And then on the exhale backside of the pose, the heels are reaching down towards the earth. So at the beginning, you're newer to this. Your heels might be up, your hamstrings might be tight, but eventually they'll drop down. Good. Bring your big toes to touch. Take an inhale, look up at your hands, and on the exhale, just step, top of the mat. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Beautiful. Exhale, bow, drop the head. And inhale with a flat back. Stand up, stretch up, reach all the way up. And exhale, pull it to your heart. So we're going to take 1 breath, 1 movement through the next 2 rounds. When you're ready, inhale, reach for all that space around you, and exhale, fold, hinging at your hips. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, step to plank pose. Good. So full chaturanga. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Inhale, pulling the heart through. And exhale, leading with the hips, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. So if you're not familiar with full chaturanga, there's another video that you can catch on the website that breaks that down a little bit for you. But for here, we're just going to keep it flowing, okay? Big toes to touch. Take an inhale, look up. And on the exhale, step, top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow the body. Inhale with a flat back, stand up, stretch up, reach up. And exhale, draw it to your heart. One more, just like that. Inhale, linking breath to movement. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Beautiful. Lengthen out halfway. Exhale, step to plank pose. Good. Shift the weight forward. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, pulling the heart through. Arms straighten out. Beautiful. Exhale, leading with the hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. So you want to make sure, right, you're sending your heart back to your thighs. So you get a lat stretch out, side body stretch out, right? The triceps are drawing in. Of course, your shoulder blades are drawing down your back. Looks beautiful. Take an inhale, look up. Take an exhale, step, step. Inhale, lengthen halfway. We're just moving with the breath. Exhale, bow. Going right into a B variation with a little bit of warriors. Bend those knees, reach those arms for chair pose. So in chair pose, the weight comes back into the heels slightly and into the hips so that almost those toes can fluff right up off the ground. There's a slight draw in of the belly so that the tailbone draws down. It lengthens the low back a little bit. And then in the upper back, her traps are released because her triceps are drawing in so that those shoulder blades can draw straight down the back. Right, really using this pose to create a little heat, little sensation in those legs. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, bow forward, breath out. Inhale, lengthen, breath in. Step to plank, breath out. Shift the weight forward, inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, straight arms, pull the heart through, thighs up, chest up. Exhale, hips up. So we're just going to talk you through a set of warrior poses. Please inhale your right leg up. And exhale, draw through for warrior 1. So the back heel spins down, the arms reach all the way up till we find the top of the pose. So in warrior 1, we're working towards neutral hips, which means that the right hip is drawing back slightly as the left hip bone draws forward. So we're just trying to find that neutral. And then you control the intensity by how far you bend into this right knee. So she's stacked right over the ankle, which is where eventually you want to be. But sometimes if you push back just a little bit, it might start to look something like this at the beginning. And then as you progress, it starts to come forward. That all depends on that hip flexor tightness. So her jaw is soft, her breath is easy. Take an inhale. And then open up, Chelsea, to warrior 2. Exhale. So you want to make sure, a couple things to remember in warrior 2, that knee stacks right over the second toe, right? That's the pillar of your foot. And belly is drawing in slightly, so tailbone draws down, neutralize the pelvis, and reaching those arms out like you mean it, right? So the legs stay just like that. Inhale, flip the front hand and reverse. So the left arm is going to come down to her left leg just to kind of help support some of that. And then the right side body gets a big stretch out. Those side bodies never get enough love. Take a breath in. Extended side angle, her forearm is going to come to her thigh just for this beginning one. Okay. So as the left arm comes all the way up and over, the bicep comes close to the ear, and then she draws that shoulder blade down the back. So the energy line is very long, very strong here in this position. She's even thinking about pushing through the outer left foot. Good. Breathe into the left side body. Breathing in the sensation here. It's going to happen right here in the outer hip. And that's all right. Breathe into it, right? On the inhale, she's going to reverse the warrior. Stretch back. Look up. And exhale, hands down, touch down. All the way down to the mat. God, stepping back for downward facing dog. So feel free, if you're not super new to this, to take a vinyasa in between. For our beginner's sake, we're just going to step right back to down dog. Take a breath here, kind of hit like a little reset button, and then we're going to work the other side. Inhale, sweep that left leg up. Exhale to pull through warrior 1. So stamp the back heel, reach for all the space around you, and come up to the top of the pose. So again, setting that knee up so that right towards the front of the room, right? And then depending on how far that knee bends is going to depend on how tight that hip flexor is. So both kind of work hand in hand with one another. The left hip draws back, the right hip draws forward, like we talked about that neutral position. So in the upper body, similar to even down dog, the triceps wrap in so that the shoulder blades draw down. So we're just trying to always kind of release the nonsense and the traps that gets built up sometimes. Take a breath in. Exhale, open to warrior two. So the feet shift slightly there. That left heel is in a tightrope with that right inner arch. Tracking the left knee over the second big toe. Belly draws in, tailbone draws down. Reaching those arms straight up. So a good variation here, if the arms start to chat with you a little bit, is to flip your palms up and bend your elbows slightly. So it just allows your shoulders a moment to relax. Right? Take a breather if they need them. If not, stretch those arms back out. Yeah. So I want you to keep the legs just like that. Inhale, flip the front hand, and reverse. So we're in reverse warrior here. Right arm, it's on that right leg, finding a little bit of support as you breathe into the left side body. Now you'll notice the more you bend into that left knee, the more that left side of the body gets to stretch out. You control that. So take it to where it feels okay. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Breath out. Bring your forearm down, reaching that right arm up and over. So that reaching of the right arm up and over is going to facilitate the right side of the body, getting a big stretch out. Good. Take another breath, just resting that forearm on that thigh. There's lots of variations later down the road for that arm, but for now, this one is just perfect. On the inhale, let's reverse that warrior, stretch up and back. And on the exhale, hands down, touch down, right back into downward facing dog. So hitting that reset in downward facing dog. So we're just going to flow through one breath, one movement to finish up the video here so that you know what it feels like to link it all together. Right? When you're ready, please inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale to draw through for warrior one. Back heel flat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, flip the front hand, reverse, breathe into the side body. Exhale, extended side angle. Take an extra inhale, breathe and reach and lengthen. Good. Next inhale stretches you up and back. And next exhale takes you down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe for a breath in. Good. Breathe for a breath out. One more side. Here we go. Left leg up. Exhale. Pull through. Use the breath to guide you. Inhale. Reach those arms up. And exhale. Open up into two. Beautiful. Inhale. Flip and reverse. Just linking breath to movement. Exhale. Extended side angle. Take an extra breath cycle here. Just feel the opening across the heart space. Beautiful. Next inhale. Reverse. Exhale all the way down to the mat and step back downward facing dog. Take one full breath in. Exhale, knees down. Sit back on those heels. Feel good? Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to check out the other videos, we go more into depth with a lot of other things. This one will just get you nice and warmed up. We'll see you next time.